Hello everyone, welcome back to Atlas PEP Training Systems, guaranteed weight loss simplified for everyone. If you remember yesterday, we jumped on that awful word, Chico. Calories in, calories out. And remember the fiasco that caused talking about that theory. And as I promised you at the end of yesterday, I'm going to begin my battle with the diet. Whoa, get ready here. Okay, I'm going to be taking on a multi-billion-dollar industry, millions of people selling diets. I brought this with me just in case. Kidding around. The diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And let me make this clear. When I'm talking about diet, I'm talking about the commercial brand of diet. Not this is right or wrong, just to make a point, something like a Nutrisystems or any of those types. I'm not talking about a medically based diet program where you're dealing with a physician or a registered dietitian or a nutritionist. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a commercial brand diet. And let me make this really clear. I have a very base core belief that everything that everyone does related to lifestyle, weight loss, diet, supplements, anything that has to do with the body, you really need to do it with a professional, okay? And when it comes to diet, that happens to be a registered dietitian or a nutritionist. You need somebody that really knows what they're talking about that's going to take you down the road to the path you need to go. And in almost 100% of the cases, your family physician should be leading the charge when it comes to diets or supplementations if you feel you need to do that. Now, let's get over to the commercial side of it, the diet. The person that's totally healthy, you know you're fine, you've had your annual physical, everybody, all the data came back fine. You just want to lose weight, so you decide, I'm going to do it on a diet. You and millions of other people are going to do it on a diet, okay? Remember, calories in, calories out equals the impact on weight. Millions of people choose to do it with the calories inside, strictly with the calorie inside. And that is where we get into the diet. There's so many things that I need to go over with this that I'm going to have to break it down really simple, or I'm going to be standing here talking at 3 o'clock in the morning. But let me start with this one base point. And again, as I've told you, I'm going to give you the basis. I'm going to give you an understanding of how the body works so that when you make a decision on something out there, you're going to have a base on how your body is going to react to what happens out there. So remember, the first rule of thumb was calories in, calories out. We will call physiological law. That cannot change, okay? Second physiological law. Your body was made to be self-sustaining. That means it spends its life trying to keep you alive. So anything you do to it, it is going to react to make sure that it keeps itself healthy. You drink something poisonous, it forces you to spit it out. You cut yourself, it heals itself, okay? So your body is meant to be self-sustaining. You cannot change that. Now, there are medical conditions that change that, and that's between a doctor and the patient. Certainly not something I get involved in, or if you're at that point, you're dealing with a doctor, you're not dealing with me. And while I'm on that, if you have trainers out there, and I have managed hundreds of trainers, and some really, really great ones. But there are some trainers out there that believe that with their certifications they got, along came an MD alongside of it, and they start diagnosing. The minute a trainer diagnoses you, excuse yourself to the bathroom and grab your car keys and take off, all right? The only people diagnosing anything should be physicians, and that gets us back to diet. When you go on a diet, you should see a registered dietitian, you should see a nutritionist, you should work through a professional when you do it. Okay, having said that, I'm just making sure my blade's still there. Having said that, let's talk about the commercial diet. The reason people go on diets is because they believe it will have this great impact on the calories in and obviously lose weight. And from a math perspective, that should make sense. But there are a lot of moving parts to that, okay? Whether the diet that you choose will work or not, there are a lot of moving parts before somebody can just look at you and say, this diet will work. I had a 72-year-old man come up to me the other night. I'm on the way out from work. He said, what's the heart rate I should be working at? And among a bunch of other questions he asked me. So what's heart rate should I be working at? I don't know. I got a million questions I got to ask you before I can tell you what heart rate you should be working at. And this is what I've spent my last 5 years doing, is working on heart rate. And I can't answer the question right away. So nobody can just say, hop on a diet, I'll guarantee you that it's going to work. But I told you in today's video, I was going to focus on one thing, and that is why every single diet works. Why there is no secret food. Why there is no secret potion. Why every diet from the Fen diet all the way up to, and name any of the current ones that are out there. They all work for one reason and one reason only. And that's because they take the number of calories that you are taking in and they drop them down. That's it. That is the only reason a diet works. Again, remember, I'm not talking medical, I am talking commercial. And every one of them has their fad and their fancy shake and supplements and this and that and the other thing, but they all have been created, put together in a special way to guarantee that this happens, that your calories in goes down. And that is it. That is the only reason that a diet is going to work. That's why some of them include this fasting within their system. So you eat their stuff, and they control your caloric intake with what you're eating, and then they put you on a fast just in case the amount of calories in their diet isn't that far from what you're normally eating. They're going to get you because they're going to get you to fast, and that way they're sure that they get the calories down. All right? Well, legitimately where a diet helps you is it makes you think about what you're eating. Okay? So, again, a diet works. Every single diet on the planet works because it makes your calories in go down. And again, if we keep backing up to the physiological law, if your calories in goes down from where you started and your calories out even stays the same, but your calories in ends up being below your calories out, you should lose weight. It's why every single diet works. You could name them all the same thing. You could eat different things. It could be ice cream. As long as it's less ice cream going in than going out. Okay? So that's why every single diet works. And every single diet continues to work because it gets you to start thinking about what you're eating, which is what you should be doing anyway. But by going on the diet, the subliminal effect is, I don't want to do it. Or, more so, it structures you to drop your calories down. Okay? So again, what is the one reason diets work? because every single one of them that works gets your calories in to go down from where they are and back to the beginning, affects the calories in of what your diet happens to be. That's why every single diet works, no matter what it's called. Okay? Tomorrow, I'm going to touch on why this can be a real problem. Okay? I got a beef with a little bit of a celebrity personal trainer right now. Okay? I'm going to tell you what the beef is, and you might be able to figure out who it is. But there's a problem with doing that. Okay? There's a problem with taking your calories down. Right? Especially depending how far down you go, how fast down you go. Right? Tomorrow I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, because this is one of those that goes right up my spine. There are more people out there suffering right now because they got on some funky diet. They did this calories in, but it really messed up their metabolism. And I'm going to tell you about the study out there with the Biggest Loser participants 6 years later. I'm going to tell you about that study, okay? And I'm going to tell you why this particular approach can cause you problems for the rest of your life, okay? So there I did it. I went after the big multi-billion-dollar industry. I simplified it. There's no difference between this guy over here selling the pine bark the diet and this guy over here selling the whale tail diet and this one selling the orange peel diet. It doesn't really matter, okay? They all do the same thing. The problem is people don't understand what happens when it's not working anymore. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So if any of you have any questions on anything I talked about today, Dennis at atlaswearables.com, Dennis at atlaswearables.com, or hop over our website, www.atlaswearables.com. You can see some of the programs and products we've got going on, but more importantly, come back tomorrow. And for all of you that are thinking about diet, for all of you that have been on diets, for all of you that have done diets and now are having all kinds of problems because of those diets, I'm going to start getting into it tomorrow. There's a big reason I did this video series, is to just get into this, because you don't know how many people I'm working with. One right now, one of my clients specifically right now, is working her tail off. I mean her tail off, to try and lose weight. And because of this, is having a really, really hard time, okay? So stop back tomorrow. We're gonna keep going on diet until we get to where I need to get to, you knowing exactly what it takes, exactly what to do, exactly what decision to make, and you can make a good one that'll help get you where you wanna go if the diet is a choice you wanna make, but won't affect the rest of your life. So thanks for watching, everybody. My blade's still down there in case I needed to get out of here. Great time tonight. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.